Well, both President Biden and President-elect Donald Trump are responding after that deadly attack in New Orleans. Biden spoke briefly yesterday, while Trump posted about the incident on social media. For more on their response, I want to bring in CBS News political reporter Libby Cathey. Libby, first off, what can you tell us about what both the president-elect and the president are saying about the attack in New Orleans?
Good to be with you, Michael. As expected, President Joe Biden and President-elect Donald Trump responding quite differently to this attack in New Orleans and to the potential act of terrorism being investigated as an act of terrorism, that Cybertruck explosion in Las Vegas. Now, last night we did, as you mentioned here, President Joe Biden address the nation from Camp David. He said that he is grieving with New Orleans, that the nation is grieving with New Orleans. He also promised to keep the public updated on the investigation. He also said that attacker seems to have been inspired by videos made by ISIS. So investigators continuing to investigate that thread that Biden addressed last night. President-elect Donald Trump, meanwhile, we have not heard from him speak publicly, but we have heard him post to Truth Social, really seemingly in his post yesterday, seeming to blame the Biden administration for this attack in New Orleans, saying that the Biden administration has been focused on open borders and investigations against him as opposed to criminals coming to this country. Now, the Biden administration would negate that characterization, of course, but that is how Trump is framing it. Trump also yesterday morning seemed to suggest that the attacker from New Orleans was not a U.S. citizen, implying that the suspect was foreign-born. We now know that not to be the case, but that is how we've seen President-elect Trump react. We are here in Mar-a-Lago, or outside Mar-a-Lago today, in case he does plan to say more on it, and President Joe Biden is heading back to the White House today as we monitor his reaction as well, Michael.
And Libby, I want to talk more about the Las Vegas incident, because while we don't know the motive yet, look, this happened at a Trump property. It was a Cybertruck. We know Elon Musk is a close Trump ally. How is Donald Trump responding to the incident in Las Vegas?
Yeah, Michael. So we haven't heard Trump directly talk about this Vegas incident. He did seemingly refer to it in that Truth Social post overnight, seemingly saying, you know, I told you so, saying that, again, that this is the result of the Biden administration is what Trump said. So he addressed it in that Truth Social post. Also, his son, Eric Trump, is the executive vice president of the Trump organization who owns this hotel at Trump Las Vegas. He says they are working with Las Vegas authorities. And Elon Musk, of course, as you mentioned, a close ally, the first buddy to President-elect Donald Trump, also the owner of Tesla, which manufactures the Cybertruck, in a tweet saying that they picked the wrong vehicle to do this in, saying, talking up the Cybertruck's durability, saying the explosion went up and out. Of course, investigators still getting information from that explosion. But we did hear Melania Trump, the incoming First Lady, address both of these incidents together in a tweet last night, saying that there is no place for this brutality and that it's all deeply concerning. So we will see today if Trump addresses more directly this Cybertruck incident and the New Orleans attack, as Melania Trump, Elon Musk, and others continue to offer their first reactions. Michael.
All right, Libby Cathey in West Palm Beach, Florida. Thank you very much.